Hey guys, this is Ice, and I'm bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary. This is going to be a Protoss versus Protoss, and usually I would think this is kind of boring, but there are two amazing players in this match. We have at the bottom as the red Protoss, LiquidHuk, the leader of Team Liquid, and an amazing player. He actually won the DreamHack 2011 Grand Finals, I think. Yeah, he did. And as the yellow Protoss, we have Kiwikaki. I actually thought it was Root Kiwikaki, maybe the beginning of the clan name, whatever, abbreviation change, or maybe he switched clans, and this is an imposter, or someone that is not Kiwikaki. But I don't know, it says Kiwikaki, so it looks like this is going to be a great match. And where I got this from, it looks like there was some kind of series going on between these two players. I don't know if it was just a friendly match, or if it was something maybe for money or some professional. I don't know what it was, but I saw Kiwikaki and LiquidHuk and I was like, yes, I need to cast this. So here it is, the match is starting. And also, just before I start really talking about the game, let me just say that a couple days ago, maybe a week ago actually, I got the 15-minute plus privilege from YouTube, so I can upload over 15 minutes now, which is pretty cool. I've never done it before. Hopefully this game will be over 15 minutes. Probably not though. It says, see, the thing about the site I get it from, it says it's 17 minutes, but it's always lower than that. Like, it just gives me the wrong time for some reason on all StarCraft replays. So it's probably going to be like just under 50 minutes to spite me, even though I want to see what it's like. But whatever. Gateway coming up, chrono boosting those probes out for Kiwikaki, going into overdrive. There's a gateway coming up over here, and a pylon just at the back of the map, so nothing really unusual by either player. Gateway finishing just a bit faster for LiquidHuk, as well as a cybernetics core coming up as well. So these two players may be going for the same exact build. We'll see when they decide to diversify. LiquidHuk does have a probe in the mineral line, just moving about in there, just being a little annoyance. And he's gonna know exactly what the Protoss is going for, which isn't much, because you can't really say anything about a Protoss player this early in the game unless they've gone for some really bad cheese, like Swiss cheese, mozzarella, bouillon, or anything like that. And another gateway coming up for Kiwikaki. Meanwhile, the Protoss player down here is just chrono boosting out that warp gate technology. Meanwhile, a Zealot coming out before that warp gate, so not using the chrono boost, at least not yet, on that cybernetics core over here. And just there, putting it on, so not putting on exactly the start, which I think LiquidHuk has done. The second assimilator coming up, as well as a pylon. No assimilator. There's the assimilator, just as I said, no assimilator. So it looks like they may actually be going for the same build. I think LiquidHuk is a tiny bit ahead, like just a couple seconds. He's going for a robo though, so it looks like this is where the builds diversify. Unless Kiwikaki wants to spite me and go and get a robo as well. But actually no. One gate, two more gateways, so one gate robo, two gates. Meanwhile, two gates straight away for Kiwikaki. So the tech has diversified finally, and Kiwikaki just prodding around with that stalker, seeing exactly what is going on, which is, again, not much. Another gateway going up there. Now, I'm just wondering exactly what the composition is going to be for LiquidHuk. If he's going to go for an observer. Yep, there's the observer first. He's going for that. Wants to know what is going on. He's not merely going to be able to scout as well as he was before. And maybe going for some immortals after that, although they do cost a lot of gas. He does have two assimilators, and we'll see when these players are going to expand, because that could really influence who wins the game, obviously. And I'm just wondering here, what is gonna go on really? 3 gateways, a robo against 3 gateways and a robo. Wow, okay, so these guys kind of went a little bit around the garden bed. How do you say that? Whatever. This guy got build ordered a bit different, but he does have the same buildings, which is a completely different thing. So the unit composition is going to be a bit different early on. I think that going to be more zealot heavy over here, just because of that robo. If he's going to use it, that is. Don't actually know. But a lot of stalkers over here, and a sentry as well. You're always going to want at least one sentry. I would get another one if I was him, just to block off this ramp if you're in any trouble, which is a pretty nice thing to do, just because, you know, even if the opponent has a bigger army than you, you can just block him off and buy some time for reinforcements, especially if you're Protoss. So here's an observer. Both players do have observers, so they're going to observe each other, and maybe one of them will get taken out. Gonna want to be careful with that. Don't want your micro to slip on. Some nice blank micro actually. Getting some high ground there, may take that pylon down. Kiwikaki just leaving that pylon to die, and he is supply capped as a result. And LiquidHuk not wanting to go in just yet, and he would not have a very convincing win if he did. Here is the engagement. Force field should split over here. I'm not sure why. Yeah, there we go. Reading my mind. And just taking some extra forces off over there. LiquidHuk though with some pretty good micro, although I think, you know, the advantage really is to Kiwikaki just because he's a ramp and he has a sentry. So we'll see what happens here. Observer getting taken out from Kiwikaki. LiquidHuk still has one, so that was at least a small victory here. And some blink as well, not getting caught out of position really. He hasn't used his robo. I guess he doesn't want to take the time to run the unit all the way up there when he could just warp in some stalkers over here. A bunch of stalkers and one zealot. He's going to be pretty lonely, especially if he runs up that ramp all by himself, and not going to be able to blink away either. Zealot did go down. I think, yeah, there we go. Kiwikaki still has the advantage, although the immortal was taken out, which does cost a lot of minerals. So it's kind of a stalemate, at least for now. You know, one thing that could really pull LiquidHuk out, I don't think this player could really do it just because LiquidHuk has kept it bottled up for so long. He may actually go and do that now, is go for an expansion, but if you go for an expansion and the other player just keeps pushing, he may get the better of you with just a little advantage there, and this proxy pylon should get taken out. Actually, did he see that? Yeah, he has seen it. I was wondering what the hell was going on. So he's going to take out that. No more warpings yet for LiquidHuk. He is just keeping possession of this tower here. Kiwikaki does see a group of stalkers over here. Looks like he's going to be going for an assault of his own. So Kiwikaki, I think, has had less units lost just because he's been in a much better position in terms of, you know, geographical strategy. Let's see what happens over here now. If LiquidHuk is able to do the same thing that Kiwikaki did, or if he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Another gateway is going out, not using that robotics facility yet. Maybe this is the time, just because he's probably going to have to be defending for a while. I don't know if he actually knows that yet. I'm not sure where his observer is. Actually, I don't know where that went. But none. Is this it? No, that's just a probe. Maybe setting up a base somewhere. Maybe just fooling around. Maybe he's a rebel and he doesn't want to work for air anymore. But okay, here is almost was a battle. LiquidHuk has his observer right there, and Kiwikaki has a proximal pylon over here. Here is the beginning of the battle that LiquidHuk almost losing that observer there. LiquidHuk a bit looks like a less of an army here. Just splitting up the army over here. I'm not sure exactly why, if he's going to go for a two-pronged attack or not. LiquidHuk is in a bit of trouble for sure. Still not using that robo, actually. Only gateway units by both players, which kind of means that it's while they're not battling, it's really up to their macro, how well they can use their minerals and how fast they can use them. And then as soon as the battle begins, you know, you're microing them, you're kind of forgetting about your economy, which doesn't matter that much because you're only at one base, so it's not that hard thing to do. But the Stalker just almost getting caught out of position, and a lot of forces here by Kiwikaki. I really think he could almost just push in and take that. Now, if I were LiquidHuk, I would just get a forge and put some cannons here, but then I would get destroyed because I'm not nearly as good as Huck, and if you went for a forge, you'd be down by a bit of minerals, not much, but enough for the other player to take advantage of you, and that advantage is really given at such a high league. So if I were playing a bronze player, I could like take a crap, come back, and probably still win. What just happened here? Maybe that was a pylon. Yeah, it looks like it. and taking out another pylon over here. So LiquidHuk is just really poking around. He's not much of a threat, but he is pretty annoying, and he's going for an expansion. Finally! I was waiting for that. I really wanted to see some differentiation here. That could be the deciding factor of who wins or loses the game, so it's either going to make it or break it for Huck, unless the Kiwikaki is going to go for a Nexus of his own at home. The thing about running on one base for so long is that, as you see over here, you're going to run dry eventually, so I think LiquidHuk was kind of forced to expand. Actually, he does not have much really to mine off of, and just because his Nexus was a bit earlier, if Kiwikaki is even going to go for one, maybe he's just trying to end the game right now. LiquidHuk, if the longer the game goes on now, the better for LiquidHuk, but I think Kiwikaki knows that, which is why he's really going to want to do something now instead of just hitting and pulling back. He doesn't have a observer over here. He knows there's a Nexus. He knows he's got to act now. I don't think he's really gonna... I mean, he could expand now, but I don't think that would be the right move. Just he's waited too long. And look at his minerals. He has pretty much nothing. This is either the last push or the push where he expands, and I'm not seeing him expand, so... and a pylon coming up here suggesting he's gonna want some reinforcements as well. Now, LiquidHuk is on 92 supply. Kiwikaki is on 122. That is a lot of difference. He does have 2 Archons. I have no idea where they came from. Twilight Council. There's the Templar Archives. Wow, okay, so... Kiwikaki may just take this game right here. And if I were him, I would go for a Nexus right now. Or, I would just win or something, but yeah, Kiwikaki is just smacking him about, working that pimp hand. Yeah, so there's the GG from LiquidHuk. This was a pretty nice game. Slightly disappointed that they went for relatively similar builds, and LiquidHuk tried to go for a... Whoa, Day 9 left the game. Looks like Day 9 was spectating this. Maybe it was actually a game on his channel, actually. I have no idea where this was from, but it's definitely a series, possibly Day 9 Invitational or something like that. I don't actually watch Day 9, his videos are too long, but he's a really cool guy. Everyone, I think, knows him in StarCraft. So a pretty good game. If it went on any longer, I think LiquidHuk would have had the advantage for sure, but there's the GG, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, like the video. If you didn't, please comment or send me a message and tell me what was wrong with it. So, this has been Ice, and thanks for watching, guys.